The following audio is taken from the video Loose Change. You can find that video here on YouTube. The narrator, Jason Bermas, is trying to get you to believe that the government was in on planning or let the attacks happen. And he's going to try to mold what he's telling you into what he needs you to believe. He needs you to believe it was an inside job, there was explosives planted. And these two claims about the second explosion and the damage to the lobby floor, he wants you to believe are explosives. Check out what he said.
Ginny Carr was attending a business meeting on the 36th floor of One Liberty Plaza, across the street from the World Trade Center, and caught the entire first attack on tape. A second explosion can be heard 9 seconds after the crash.
Sound like something crash.
That second sound was not an explosion. Loose Change is using the word the second explosion to put the word explosion in your head to get you to believe that it was explosives planted in the towers. But that sound is unidentified. But the guy in the meeting said it sounded like something crashed. And it did. It sounded like an explosion, and it sounded like something crashed. What it was an engine crashing to the bottom of the elevator shaft. If there was explosives in a sequence and one went off, the others would have went off and it would have fell like dominoes. Okay? If you calculate the amount of time from the point of impact down to the lobby level, it would take 9 seconds for free fall speed to happen, for the engine to fall in the elevator shaft down to the lobby and crash to the lobby.
The windows in the lobby of the North Tower were blown out, and marble panels were blown off of the walls. This was brushed off as damage from a raging fireball that went barreling down the elevator shafts. However, the World Trade Center's core and elevator shafts were hermetically sealed, aka airtight. The fire could not possibly have had enough oxygen to travel 1,300 feet down, retaining enough energy to destroy the bottom 8 floors of the building.
Okay, here's some reenactments and interviews of witnesses that were actually inside the towers when they got hit by the planes.
It must have been a heck of a jolt.
No, it was. It felt like the building was tipping. It leaned forward and back and rocked a few times before it finally settled again.
The building just began to rock. And I kept saying, why won't it stop? Why won't it stop?
The sensation was that our whole building moved to the Hudson River and kept moving a distance of 6 to 8 feet. I know that sounds preposterous, and whether it did move 6 to 8 feet, I don't know, but that was the sensation. And I had this terrifying thought that we're going over.
I felt the tower sway about 10 feet forward, but then it came back.
Hon, the building just moved 10 feet. It's not safe.
Folks, come on, gotta go. Frank, hey, do you know what happened? No idea. I'd say the building moved 10, maybe 12 feet. No, more like 20. What's it like out there? A lot of debris. People pretty shot. Can you clear it? Yeah.
And when it hit our building, it wasn't just a jolt. It was a huge hit, and we thought we'd just been bombed. And, you know, the laughing, the joking, that ceased at that point. There's screams all over, men screaming, women screaming, and people trying to, everybody just stopped dead in their tracks at that point because it knocked us up against the walls.
So the windows were blown out and the marble panels were knocked off the walls upon impact of the plane. It rocked the building so hard, it blew out the windows and knocked marble panels off the walls. There's no mention of any damage in the South Tower, because the South Tower was hit lower and it didn't rock hard enough to do that same type of damage. This also proves it was not a fireball that went down the elevator shaft, so the 9/11 Commission is wrong about that. Because if it was a fireball that did the damage in the North Tower's lobby, there would be damage in the South Tower's lobby too, because the fireball would have had a less distance to travel and it would have definitely made it down into the lobby. So, the windows were blown out upon impact, and 9 seconds later, when the engine hit the lobby level, it was amplified by the lobby itself, and it was able to escape through the windows that were no longer in their frames. They were blown out upon impact. 9 seconds later, when the engine hit the lobby level, it was projected out through those broken windows onto the Jenny car audio across the street on the 36th floor, and that's how it was recorded. That's how it happened. If you click the link in the video description, it'll take you to the channel where there's in-depth reports on 2 videos. One of them is 9/11 engines down elevator shaft. It has witness Willie Rodriguez in the basement. It explains the sequence of both engines, 9/11 engines down elevator shafts. And the other video is also on that channel. It's Loose Change Answer number 118 with witness. It explains the damage to the lobby floor. It has video of damage on the outside where the building was stretched. There's a big white marking. Actually, the whole side of the building is shattered up to like the 30th floor or something. There's also no debris on the lobby floor. That video goes into in-depth description about the damage to the lobby floor. Check those out. Just click the link to the YouTube channel in the description of this video.